Hi guys, welcome back to another Tag Tuesday. I haven't done a tag in a minute and thought let's go ahead and try something different. I am going to be using some dies for this tag. Now you can use whatever you have just to kind of give you guys an idea. Let me show you what I'm using. I've already cut out my tags, and these tags were cut by, let me show you. These were the ones that Karen had gifted to me in the Happy Mail, and so I used the largest one, and the largest is 6 1/8 by 6 1/4. So that's the size of tag that I'm using for this one. And to cut out these fun little cutouts, I'm using this, and this one is called the Mixed Media Number 1. So in case anyone is interested, and I will link what I can down in the description box below of any of the supplies that I will be using in today's project. Now I also cut out some of the little florals, which is the Wildflower stems number 2. And I cut these out in different colors, just pastel-y colors. And I needed a background to put behind these little cutouts. And so I'm using this, which was gifted to me, and this is called the CATHE HOLDEN Flea Market Finds, and this is Florals 2 palette. And I don't know if this is still available, but if I can find it, I will link it also down below. I'm going to be bringing out some, excuse me, some inks just to kind of color this up a little bit, make it look like a little pretty, like a little fairy garden kind of thing. And I'm also going to be using, let me bring them out before I forget. These are the little 3D butterflies that I bought from Temu. And so I will be grabbing some of these. These are called the Soft Pastel Transparent Butterflies. And it's 100 pieces for $4.10 is what I paid for it. Now the prices do fluctuate, but again, I will link that down below. This little die I also got from Temu. I'm not sure if I could recommend it. I mean, it's really cute, but it's really hard to cut. I think because of the little intricate design, I tried cutting it by itself, running it a few times, and then I also added another piece of paper underneath it just to kind of give it more of the thickness, I guess, to see if that'll cut. And it did work better, but if you're interested and you still want to try it, I will also link that down below. Okay, so I haven't tested anything out yet, so we're gonna just kind of go with the flow with this one. I'm gonna grab a piece of scratch paper so that we can kind of blend some colors together. Let me see which one I want to use. Let's do this one, the little bee. This is kind of the bee. I feel like it's like a beehive kind of. And I'm going to be using, let's see, I guess we should find out first what background paper we're going to be using. I kind of like this one with the blues and purples. It needs to be a paper that you can actually cut out to its exact measurements. I think we're going to go with this one because I really like the way that looks behind it. So let me get this out. And I could have just gone through the die to make it match exactly, but let me see, do I have it here? I do. Well, I'll go ahead and just cut this out. So I think I'm going to be using this. So let me get that die out. I probably should have done this beforehand, but that's okay. We'll do one, and then maybe I might do a couple more off camera and then add pictures of those in maybe my thumbnail, and then maybe put the actual close-up pictures, I guess, on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on there, I do have it linked down below. So let me just grab my Big Shot since I have it here, and let me get this paper out. I need new plates. Look, see that? I just, I cracked it just now trying to do this with paper. But we're just going to put this in. Let me bring you out just a tiny bit. Oops, sorry, wrong way. I hope I didn't get anybody dizzy by doing that. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Put this through. I always end up going back and forth just because it's easier for me to get it out when I bring it back to me. But there it is. There is the exact cut, and I'll just leave this here. So, with that being said, we can go ahead and glue these together. Isn't that pretty? Just to have that. Let me bring you back in. So let me glue this back in first. I'll glue this down. And then go all the way around. And then just kind of do little dots here. Just randomly, just to make sure that it kind of sticks down here. All right, that should be good enough. So let's put this on here. Trying to line it up as much as I can. Okay, I think I got it. Isn't that pretty? And then maybe we can use maybe blues and purples. So let me grab, let's see. What colors do I want to use? Maybe we'll use the Salty Ocean since I haven't used that one yet. And then we'll use the Villainous. Ooh, that's really bright, isn't it? The Villainous potion. So let's see. I need to be very careful with this one because this one is so let's just bring it in. Ooh, love that. Ooh, it's blotting just a tiny bit. It's okay. See if I can blend that in just a little bit more. And then we will use this one. Take off a little bit of what's on there. Ooh, very pretty. Okay, and then let's add a little bit of blue over here. Oh, pretty. I like it. Just kind of blend that in just a tiny bit more. I like that a lot. That's really pretty. Okay. Now, let's add a little bit of, let me get a paper towel and let's blot it a little bit, right? Let's see how that looks. If we just kind of, I'm supposed to do this kind of from far away. So let's blot it just a little bit. I just added a little bit of little drops of water on it. So let's see how that looks. Ooh, nice. All right, I'm not going to worry about trying to dry it, but I do like the blotches on there. So let's keep it going. Now, let's see how we're going to do this. I wanted to add some florals. Maybe I can kind of, let's get this back out and let's add a little bit of the darker purple to this around the edges maybe. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I like that. Just to kind of darken up the edges of this. I don't know how far down I'm going to use it, so let's just go all the way. Yeah, that looks really cool. Can you tell the difference? With a little bit of the inking around the edges. Yep. Okay, we'll do that one. And let's do a few. That, and then we can do maybe, ooh, this one would be pretty. And I don't know if we're going to use all of them, but let's just do it. We'll use these 4. So let's ink this one. Come on. I really like the way this looks. Just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension, I guess. And then let's use this one for this and see how that looks. Got to be careful with these little pieces because if not, they're gonna bend or rip off. So kind of have to be careful with this. I really like the way this turquoise looks with the teal on this. Just gonna go all the way down, and then at the end of the tag we'll put the little the little fence. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Sorry, this cough will just not leave me. Okay, there's that. And let me go ahead and just ink this just so that I can already have it ready. So let me get a brown one because I think I want to do this with maybe Vintage Photo. Just to kind of brown it up just a little bit. Oh, yeah. I didn't want it too dark. Just a little bit, just to kind of make it look a little rusty maybe. Okay, very cool. Maybe add a little bit of the darker just around the edges. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Now, time to put everything together. So let me move this paper out of the way. So let's see. Maybe a little further down. Kind of have to see how I want to position these. This one first, like that. Okay. Just getting an idea. I'll probably end up gluing it different. But let's just go ahead and glue these down. Of course, this got stuck already. Okay. Let's start gluing this down and see. See how this is going to come out. I think up to there, but I do want this to be about here. Okay. And I want this one up here. This is the only thing, is that this is very intricate. So let's just put a few lines of glue on this thing. And put this here. I think more towards the top. I need to add glue to this because I didn't know how far up I wanted to go. So we'll add glue to that. Press that down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, maybe like that better. We'll just do it like this. How about like this? I think I'm going to put it throughout the whole bottom because I think this will, yeah. See how cool? That'll cover the bottom. And last one. About here. Now let's trim off whatever we don't need. Aw, that's pretty. Very fun. And then we can put this down here, and then we'll put our butterflies. Maybe I'll put 2. So let's just put glue on this thing. Sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm trying to concentrate. These things are so little. these little things. I just didn't want it to kind of lift up and try to tear, you know, if I added it to a journal or anything. So I just want to make sure that it's glued down properly. Okay, that should do it. So let's add this here, right in the middle. Pretty. I think it probably would have been better if I had a black one, right? I think it would have. That's okay. I think it would have stood out better if it was in black. But we're working with what we have. Now let's go ahead and add one of these, or a couple of these maybe. Should we stick with the same? The purple and the blue. Now these come flat. Sorry, I still had glue on my fingers. But they're double layered, and then they do have these little gems in the middle. And so all I do is bring up that top layer and just press it towards the middle, and there you have it. There you have your little 3D. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's see. I am so sorry. And put this one up here. Pretty. Let's just put a dot of glue here. I don't want to glue down those wings. And then we'll add a dot of glue here. How fun is that? Look at how pretty that is. I like it. Something different. Now let's see. We need some pretty ribbon or something. Oh, this was from I think this was from Karen. I saved this little piece of ribbon that she put on my my little note that she sent me. So guess what? We're going to reuse this because I love this color, and add this, I think up to here. I think we'll add this in here. It's perfect color. And there we go. Look how fun. I love it. Let me make a couple more and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, here they are. I finished all of them and I'm really happy with them. Something different. I'm normally not one to add too much color to my palette, but I think that this is a fun way to kind of add a little bit of color. For those of you that love color, I think that this is really a fun idea. So this is the first one that we made, and this is the purple and turquoise one. And I really like the way the colors kind of combined with our little cutout here. And then this one has the Forest Moss Oxide and the Distress Ink Scorched Timber. That's what I used for this one. And then I added the pink florals with the green and pink butterflies. And then on this one, I used Walnut Stain and Festive Berries. And the Festive Berries is a new one that I had hauled from, I think it was Joann's. And then I did cut out in a black, and I think I like the black better, the black gate fence, and I think that they're fun. So let me know which one is your favorite, the purple, green, or pink, in the comments below. I'm curious to see. I love when you guys tell me which one is your favorite, and let me know if you'll be trying this out. So that is it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now and have a great day.